My son had a pretty scary experience his first homecoming at ASU. There was a concert for the students, and my son and his friends thought it would be a good idea to drink a bunch of beer in their dorm room before they went to the concert. And he decides that he's going to have one beer. His other friend did drink quite a bit, and when they got to the concert, the friend that drank a lot was very intoxicated, throwing up all over himself. They got him off into the bathroom at the auditorium, and we're in the process of cleaning him up, and he completely passed out. He was unresponsive. So my son picked up the phone. His friend was taken off in an ambulance, but when the police showed up, they were questioning all the boys, and my son had the one beer, and they were all breathalyzed at that point. And because my son did show positive that he did have alcohol in his system, he was actually ticketed for underage drinking. He did call us right after all this happened and explain to us what was going on. And we've always had an open relationship with our kids, and we were glad that he felt comfortable enough to call us and let us know what had happened. The consequences for him were not that great because he did end up with a ticket. One thing I wish I had known as a parent out of all this was that alcohol law in Arizona. I certainly would have shared that with my son and my other kids and made sure that they understood clearly that any alcohol in your system is going to constitute underage drinking.
I didn't think my son would have issues because he didn't come from a family that consumes alcohol. Neither myself nor my wife drink. We didn't hang out with the drinking crowd. So naturally, we just assumed that this would not be an issue for him either. Well, he'd always been a straight-A student, and when he came home at break, I saw his grades and he had a D. He had never even gotten under a B before. So I sat down and talked to him about it. Made my wife and I feel terrible. We raised the son not to drink or act this way, and he comes here on his own for the first time and starts behaving this way and losing scholarships, so we feel like we've wasted our money. I wish someone would have told me that this possibility existed for my son, that there were certain people that he might not want to hang out with, certain establishments he might not want to attend because there was alcohol there. And for an 18-year-old kid, the temptation is too great, I think. So I wish that I'd been better informed about these places that exist on campus.
So even though Ashley didn't have a substance abuse problem in college, she did have a few friends that did. She said she spent a lot of time and energy trying to keep them on the straight and narrow and to try to keep them going to class and to try to clean up after them. It did have an impact on her, even though she didn't personally have the substance abuse problem. Her friends, the good ones and the bad ones, set an example for her. So she was able to follow the ones that she felt set a better example and change from the ones that weren't setting a very good example. Because when you see a friend doing that, it makes it quite obvious that you don't want to be that way. You don't want to be that person. Having the open communication path with Ashley made things a whole lot better because she could talk to us about it, and we could try to talk with her and keep her going in what we felt was a better direction. So it was really important to keep the lines of communication open with her, like it would be with every student.